All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're looking at a car that is way more than just a machine. I mean, it's a story of pure passion, incredible perseverance, and get this, it's a 5-time SEMA veteran. This is Tim Kennemore's wild 1995 Acura Integra.
You know, that quote right there, that says it all. It comes straight from the owner, Tim Kennemore, and that's how he describes what it feels like to drive this thing. So, let's unpack exactly how he created a car that gets that kind of reaction.
So, who is the builder behind a car that literally stops traffic? Let's meet the man himself.
This is Tim Kennemore. Now, by day, he runs a travel trailer company, but his real passion, this true calling, happens in the workshop. That's where he's not just building cars, he's crafting legitimate automotive art and teaching others how to do it too. You know, a lifelong passion like this has to start somewhere, right? So where did it all begin for Tim?
I bet this looks familiar to a lot of you. Like so many of us, Tim's spark was first lit by the toys of his childhood, but it was a real, actual car that turned that little spark into a full-blown inferno.
And this was the moment, the point of no return. He had a blown head gasket on his first Honda, decided to just tackle it himself, and when he actually fixed it, he knew this wasn't just a hobby anymore. This was who he was. This right here became his personal mantra. It's the philosophy that pushed him through every single challenge, every late night in the garage, and every build he's taken on since.
But his journey, especially with his absolute favorite car, the Acura Integra, man, it has been filled with some just brutal setbacks.
3. We're talking 3 times. Before he could even think about building his masterpiece, Tim had to watch 3 of his beloved Integras get completely destroyed in the worst ways imaginable.
Yeah, he jokingly calls it the curse of the yellow cars, but just think about that for a second. 3 different times, his passion project was just ripped away from him. That is a string of heartbreaking luck that would make almost anyone else just walk away for good.
But Tim didn't quit. No way. In fact, just 2 days, after losing that third Integra, he found this one, the blank canvas that would become his ultimate creation. If that's not resilience, I don't know what is.
Okay, so now let's get into the build itself and see how this car was transformed. We're going to break down all the incredible detail and craftsmanship that went into making this thing a legend.
Well, what does it really take? It takes insane planning, the best parts you can possibly find, and literally thousands of hours of your life. And it all has to start with the heart of the machine.
So under the hood, this thing is just a work of art. Tim started with a JDM B20 block, which is famous for handling high compression, and then he mated it to a high-revving GSR head that's just stuffed with Skunk 2 parts. And, oh yeah, for those moments you need a little something extra, there's a 65 shot of nitrous just waiting.
So how do you get that perfect aggressive stance? Well, it all starts with a full airlift performance system. But here's where Tim's obsession with detail really kicks in. Every single piece of the suspension, every arm, every fork, is painted in that incredible supernova red pearl. That is next-level stuff, and it's all perfectly framed by those iconic super deep-dish Workmeister wheels.
Now that aggressive muscular look you see comes from an unbelievably rare Varis Widebody kit, which was imported straight from Japan. And when you look inside, it is all business. We're talking a full right-hand drive conversion, carbon fiber bucket seats, and a clean, simple layout that's all focused on one thing, a pure, raw driving experience. Look, when you build a car this incredible, people are going to notice. And for Tim, that recognition put him on the biggest stage in the entire automotive world.
5 times. That's how many times this Integra has been a featured vehicle at the SEMA show in Las Vegas. That is a truly massive achievement in this scene.
And those were the words that kicked it all off. A guy named Terry Payne called Tim up, offered him a vendor spot for his very first SEMA show, and told him straight up, "You've earned this."
Can you imagine, for Tim walking into SEMA and seeing his own car sitting there under those bright lights for the very first time? It was the culmination of everything, all the work, all the setbacks, all the late nights. Suddenly, the dream was real.
That's the word he used to describe it, surreal. Just a powerful emotional reward for years and years of pure dedication to his craft.
But you know, the awards and the fame, that's all secondary to the community he's built. He's been with Status Car Club for a decade, and he doesn't just call them a club, he calls them family.
So, after a journey like that, what kind of wisdom can we pull from Tim's incredible story?
So, what can we learn from all this? Tim's advice here is pure gold for any aspiring builder. Never give up. I mean, he lived that after losing 3 cars. Plan everything out. That's how you get to SEMA. Buy quality parts once, because it saves you so many headaches. But my favorite, 20 minutes a day adds up. It's a reminder that small, consistent efforts lead to huge results over time.
And ultimately, this is what it's all about. This quote really gets to the heart of Tim's whole philosophy. It's not just about building cars. It's about building a legacy. It's about knowing that the way you do things, the passion you show, is inspiring the next generation of builders who are watching you. So I guess that leaves one question for all of us. What kind of legacy are you building?